How do you balance your experience with senior sellers and your strategy with active buyers or investors?
So there's a couple of components to that. Sometimes my senior sellers have homes that are definitely not HGTV worthy. And I know that if we go to market with that house, they're going to get kicked in the teeth by a owner occupant. And what that means basically is, let's say all of their windows are original to the house and the house is 40 years old. Let's say that the roof is original to the house and the roof is 40 years old. Or I notice that there's mold or that there's water coming in, whether it be in the basement or the crawl space or in the attic, whatever it might be. Sure, could we put it on the market and try to get an owner occupant? Yeah, we could. You're not going to get an FHA buyer. You're not going to get a VA buyer. And if you're in an area with USDA, you're not going to get a USDA buyer, because those loan programs are much more strict on what they will lend money to from a buyer perspective. So then that narrows us down to either cash or conventional. I have seen many times where conventional, appraisers can't come into a property and they flagged staining on a ceiling and they wanted to know that the roof didn't have an active leak and they want a roofing certification in order for the loan to go through. So they make that a condition. Again, what's going to happen is then that buyer is going to come and ask for $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 off of the price of the home. Therefore, that seller, thinking they're going to get top dollar, now all of a sudden they're not getting top dollar. So then that leaves you with cash. Yes, we do still have cash buyers. They're fewer and far between. And even so, sometimes people are coming and saying that they're going to buy cash. And then once under contract, I, as the listing agent, get a phone call from a real estate appraiser who said, "Hey Val, I need to get the lockbox for 123 Main Street because I am going in to do an appraisal." And I'm like, "What? This is a cash deal. What are you talking about?" So in situations where the house is less than perfect, I make the recommendation, hey, let's bring in, 2, 5, 10, 15 investors, let them fight for it, let them drive up the price, still get my client the most amount of money, but now we really are a cash buyer, no contingencies, closing in 2 weeks or longer if the older person needs some more time. They can literally walk out the front door of their house with the suitcase in hand of whatever items they want and leave the remaining stuff behind. So there are instances where it makes more sense for them to go with an investor. In cases where it doesn't make sense, then we do the same thing to go to market, but there's a lot of steps between that first meeting with that older adult who needs to downsize and putting the house up on the market. And I have one right now where we're working through that with an older woman in Marlton and her family. That house 100% is a house that needs to go to market because it's in great condition. Needs some paint and some flooring updates, but other than that, it's in really, really good condition. It's got great bones, great roof, great windows, all that fun stuff.